I'm sure you're aware of masculine and feminine energies, and every single human being has a core energy. Majority of people lean towards one side, whether it's masculine or feminine. As a man, you should have more masculine energy than feminine energy, probably like an 80-20 split, like 80% masculine energy, 20% feminine energy. And I know I'm using arbitrary numbers and like things to define them, like percentages, but it's much more difficult than that. I'm just doing it for the sake of simplicity. But if you were listening closely, you would realize that I said as a man you should have more masculine energy. The reason why I say should is because the world today is pushing men to be more feminine, and we need to change that. We need to reclaim our masculinity. We need to embrace it. So first, to reclaim and embrace your masculine energy, you have to discover where you are on the spectrum. And there's a simple question to discover where you are. When you're daydreaming, do you typically think about achieving great things, about being free, about achieving your next goal, doing whatever you want to do in life? Or do you think about like the flow of life, love, having a family, having someone to love you every day, take care of you? Because if you thought about the former, about achieving something, achieving great things, striving towards a purpose, then there's a good chance, in fact a great chance, that you have more masculine energy in you than feminine. But before we even go further about cultivating masculinity, one has to understand masculinity. The masculine energy is purpose orientated. It's always striving towards achieving the next task, towards achieving its purpose. Everything that the masculine does or desires to do is in a way a pursuit of freedom. Even the way that males have sex. It's like when a man has sex, he's always like pushing until like ejaculation. So that's like freedom. So that's why you call it personal clarity, because essentially what that is, it's like you achieve your major purpose for that period of time. So now you have a complete sense of clarity, calmness and tranquility. If you want to live in your masculine energy, you have to find a purpose. A masculine man has to have something they're chasing after. And if you don't have a purpose, if you don't know what you were meant to do on this earth, then your purpose right now should be finding your purpose. It should be doing as many things as you can, like experiencing different fields, different areas that you have interest in. And I truly believe that it's a sin for a man to live without a purpose. Think about all the people who have died, all the people who thought or planned what they were going to do for the next day, but they knew. As you're watching this, you have the gift of the present moment. You have the gift of being alive, of being able to experience the wonders of this earth. You have a gift that many people wished they had. So you have to make sure that you utilize this time to the fullest of your capability. You have to make sure that no day is wasted. The present moment is all you have. Yes, you may be planning to do things in the future, but the present moment is all you have. As a man, not even as a man, as a human being, you have to make sure that you capitalize on the present moment. Because the present moment is truly the only thing you have to lose. Once you lose the present moment, you lose everything. So now that you have a purpose, you ideally want to set goals and try achieve that purpose, or try complete your mission. But before you do any of that, before you set goals, before you do whatever, you have to sort out your mental health. Because of how the world is, because of the media we consume, because of like the fast nature of our lives, we never take time to reflect and to cultivate good mental health. So most people have terrible mental health. And you are probably one of those people with terrible mental health. I was one of those people until a few months ago. You see, everything you want on this earth, everything you want to achieve will be 10 times easier to do if you have good mental health. Improving your mental health is the one way that you can improve general quality of life. If you want to do anything, if you want to find your purpose, if you want to do something right now, make your purpose improving your mental health, because that is the biggest ROI act you can do. Spend 2 weeks, spend a month focusing on your mental health. Focusing on cultivating habits that boost your mental health and that keep it at a good place. And only then, once you've done that, once you're certain that, you know what, my mental health is improved, that's when you start chasing your goals. That's when you start chasing your mission, start completing your purpose. So once you've done that, now it's time to set goals and to strive after those goals. You may not have a purpose at that point, but just set goals. Whether it's like achieving your dream body in the gym, whether it's finishing your degree, whether it's whatever it may be, you have to set a goal and make that your mission in your life and strive to achieve it. As a man, you're naturally focused on achieving things. That's why video games are so addictive, because it hacks that part of us. These developers are so smart because they know the masculine energy. They know that we're always searching to complete tasks, always searching for a purpose, something to do. So what video games does, it provides that to us. But instead of it being in the real world, it's in a virtual world that literally does not matter as soon as you switch off the PlayStation. Because you use all your masculine drive on becoming strong in a video game. Let's say you're playing GTA. You will use your masculine drive to improve your character, to improve your strength, to improve his stamina, so that he has a better character. You'll be leveling up that character for the purpose of completing that game. Because when you complete the game, it's like you feel a sense of freedom that you've accomplished something. You should be using that same desire in your life. And you shouldn't let video games take that away from you. And that's why games are so addictive. You can't blame yourself for being addicted to these things, because they know exactly how to get you going, how to give you a sense of importance. Because I promise you, when you're playing those games, you feel like you're the most important guy. You'll be playing GTA. I remember I used to play GTA Online, and there were like ranks or levels, and by the time I finished, I was like 140 on GTA Online. And like whenever I switched on GTA, I felt like the man. But then as soon as I switched it off, that all disappeared. I was just a 16-year-old that was playing with my life. So you've established that you need to set goals and pursue those goals. So while you're pursuing goals, you're gonna have many tasks that you're gonna need to do. Your days are gonna be filled with things that are necessary for your purpose. It's important that you don't get lost in these tasks. That you still remember to remain present. That you still remember to look at the horizon and to look at the sunset, the sunrise, and to appreciate the beauty of this earth. Even though your main goal in life is going to be achieving your purpose or achieving something, you have to remember there's more to life than that. Yes, your purpose to you as a masculine man will be the most important thing. But you have to remember to appreciate the other beauties of life, to appreciate everyone around you, to appreciate the beauty in the trees, to appreciate the rustle in the leaves that you step on. As a masculine man, you have to penetrate this earth. And by penetrating this earth, it means you have to give to the world. You have to provide, but also feel it to its complete depth. And once you begin to embrace your masculinity and start trying to be the provider, start trying to achieve goals, to live according to your purpose, people will call this toxic advice. People will say that masculine and feminine energies are rubbish and you should touch grass. But once you start to do this, you will realize that it feels right. It feels like you're doing the right thing, like you're stepping into your manhood. You feel that you're reclaiming your masculine energy. The world today, it prohibits masculine energy. It's creating weak little men who take self-care days, who watch Netflix when they feel bad, who spend their whole day sleeping and whatnot. It's time that you step away from that and you embrace your masculine energy. You strive towards achieving your goals. Strive towards achieving your purpose. You strive towards fulfilling your purpose. And once you start bringing up masculine and feminine energies, people will be saying things like, this is bro science, touch grass, this doesn't matter. But even the most intellectual people on earth are talking about it. You will hear Jordan Peterson talking about embracing masculinity. One of the most important things that Jordan Peterson says, and he says this a lot, is you need to set goals. You need to create a routine that will allow you to achieve those goals. And whenever he's giving this advice, he's targeting young men. And by setting routines that allow you to achieve your goals, what are you doing? Based on what I've just told you, what are you doing? You're embracing your masculinity. This isn't some bro science thing, masculine and feminine energies, whatever. This is how we're programmed. It's in our biological nature. And you may not believe me, but surely you'll believe when the smartest people on earth are talking about it. Jordan Peterson urges young men to become a monster, to relentlessly chase after what they want, to be competitive, to compete with the people they're with. And these are all aspects of masculinity. As a masculine man, you're going to have to compete. Men grow through competition. You've probably noticed that when you're at school and you're playing sports, when you're playing with yourself and you have that mindset, it's me against me. Yes, you'll push. And you might even push past your limit. But when you're competing against your friend, when you're competing against someone that you don't like, you push much further than you thought you could have. We need competition. And a huge part of masculinity is competing with each other. So competition as a man will be your best friend. Embrace competition. In fact, seek competition. For a long time I thought there was something wrong with me because I'm incredibly competitive. And maybe it is toxic, because whenever I talk to my friends, they're like, don't let Takura into competition. Toxic competition mindset, whatever. But that competition mindset, my desire to compete and to beat other people, it's what led me to achieving everything I've led today. Another key to embracing your masculinity is to cultivate discipline. So you've established that as a masculine man, you're going to have a purpose and aim to fulfill that. So it means you're going to have to be pursuing goals, setting goals, trying to achieve those. And if you've ever set a goal, you'll know that most days you don't want to do anything. Most days you feel like sitting down, you feel like wasting your day scrolling on social media, watching Netflix. And this is where discipline comes in. Discipline is doing the things, especially when you don't feel like it. You won't be able to achieve your goals. You won't be able to fulfill your purpose. You won't be able to give your gift to the world if you aren't disciplined. Because I can assure you that more often than not, you will not feel like doing the things. And our natural tendency is to not do them. But I urge you, do not be a little boy. Do not be a waste of space and just only do things when you feel like doing them. As a man, discipline must be your number one virtue. Because in the future, you're going to have a family to provide for. You're going to have a community that you need to serve, that you need to give your gift to. If you aren't disciplined, imagine you're only going to provide money when you feel like it. Your children are only going to eat when, dad felt like working today, so he made money, so now we're eating. You have to cultivate discipline. And when you look at most of your parents, when you look at your dads especially, they probably go to work every day. And do you think that they feel like going to work every day? Many of our fathers, many of the people in generations older than us, those were masculine men. I feel like masculinity has been lost. But within us, within this group, our masculinity will be regained. We will embrace the masculinity. This is a side thought, and it's kind of related to the video. But for anyone who studies Stoicism, for anyone who's read Meditations and studied the Stoics, like the emperors, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, these were masculine men, probably the most masculine men that have ever lived. And if you read Meditations, I promise you to change your mind. There'll be a lot you can learn. The last reason as to why you need to embrace your masculinity is because since you're masculine, when you're now searching for a partner, you know the saying opposites attract. That is true. So you're naturally going to search or attract a feminine woman. That feminine woman will complement you in every single way. She'll keep your head on straight. She'll provide the love that you need. You know, when you're too tired from chasing your goals, from working all day, she will be there to provide you love. And you'll provide direction in her life. You provide for her. You provide for your family. It will be a wonderful relationship where everyone feels appreciated, everyone feels loved, but in the way that they should be loved. I promise you, if you cultivate your masculine energy, you have a wonderful relationship. And your dating life will seriously change. If you haven't decided now, you have to decide to embrace your masculine energy. Because at the end of the day, I can tell you everything, but it's only you that can make the choice.